Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is for us to use our own tools to write our own documentation. So recently, and by recently I mean in HAX 9, we added support for a lot of different question types. So what we used to have was multiple choice, and now we've got a lot more than just singular multiple choice. So we've got fill in the blanks, we've got mark the words, drag and drop questions, we've got short answer, we've got sorting, we've got tagging. And as I came to the docs to realize, we also have true false question, and I forgot to put it in here. So here's how the team actually edits the documentation. See how fast this is, all right? So on this page, we have a smart view. And so when I add a child page here, all right, I'm adding a child page underneath question types. And so for the moment, it says page. Now, this isn't actually in this page. It's using the data model of the site itself. So I'm going to go to page, hit edit. And the first thing I'm going to do is rename this page. So this is going to be true, false question is the name of the question. And for it to be easy to find later, let's make a question. Let's name it true, false. Okay. So I've put these two tags in here. We've also got the path, and so I'm going to name this true hyphen false hyphen question. Okay. Now, in the content itself, I'm going to tell you what a true false question actually is. Simple question type that allows you to provide question. The user only can pick between true. Okay. Now I'm going to use some of Merlin's shortcut features to build this page pretty quickly. So the first one is I can do markdown type of syntax. So in this case, if I want to put a heading, I just type a pound symbol and then hit the space bar. And then I hit enter, I get a new paragraph. Now it's telling me if I type slash, Merlin will show up in context. And so Merlin, which is typically found up here, it's kind of our omni bar. You can search for whatever you want, tutorials, things you can do. You can see it immediately says how to get into the tutorials and upload files and join our community. But if I just start typing the thing that I want, which in this case is a true false question, and hit enter, it'll automatically insert the default one into the page. Now I could have gone to add blocks and instructional, and I could have found it over here. Right? Oh, there's true false. So we have multiple ways that you can go and put that in the page. But I like using the typing method personally. So then I've got this question. I can see that we've got the defaults. HAX is a game changer. Should be changer. I like is a game changer instead of is game changing personally. Right? And so the correct answer is true. I can verify that that works. Awesome. Could tweak some minor things with the colors. Personally, I like Wonder Purple. Yeah, I'll go with Wonder Purple on that. All right. And then commodify some spacing if I really want to. Make the question a little bit smaller and kind of centered on the page. All right. And then I'm going to add some text below it. So on the bar, when this is selected, we have insert item below. And that's just going to put a paragraph below. So I'm going to use that shortcut again. And this is where we're going to add some of our developer documentation. Now, developers are not our core audience here as far as who we're trying to build this tool for. We're trying to build it so anyone can be creative on the web. However, we need to get developers more in our community to make improvements. So another markdown convention I can use is typing just a dash and hitting spacebar, and I'll get a bulleted list. But for the moment, let's just put in 2 spaces and we'll hit save. Right, so to start, we go back to question type. You can see true false question now is there instead of page. It also has question listed because those are the tags on there. So the first thing I need is a screenshot in here. So let's go to there and we'll see if this lets me double screenshot, but I use a screen capture tool. Okay, so I took a picture of the screen right there, and then we're going to go in, and if we select the title, or you can click this bar that says, hey, pick this. We can edit some of the details of the page itself. And under advanced, we have support for images. So I associated an image there, save, and if we go back, you can see that that image shows up in this nice little card view. Now, what this little card view actually is, if I go and select on that page, is it's called a smart collection. So it's taking into account the data model of the site, and it's automatically building this listing of cards by reading off that data. So for example, if I were to go over to, say, pillars, this is a dynamically built listing of the data associated with our pillars. Now, that's in another part of the site I'll be working on later today. So I'll cancel that. So let's look at what some of the other questions have. I've been trying to standardize these really well. All right, so I've got a little bit of a narrative, and then I've got developer, and then I've got these links to where you can get more. So with HAX, we can copy HTML if we want to, or plain text. So I copied this already built little HTML list, or bulleted list rather. And so when I paste in here, it's at least gotten me that consistency to get there a little bit faster. So first I need to find a link is multiple choice. Okay. Multiple choice, or sorry, true false is a little strange because true false is actually located in multiple choice. It's one of the few questions that does that. I'll split tab for a second. Okay, so the source on GitHub, paste that in. That also means, it's a little weird, but when you install this, you're not actually installing multiple choice. You're not actually installing the true false question. You're installing multiple choice, which comes with the foundation for all the question types. It comes with true false, and it comes with a short answer as well as another one that works this way. So just to clarify, let's do true false question is included in this package, right? Just so people are aware. And the next thing I want to do is I want to make a code pen. So what I've been doing for these is I go to view source, right? So we've got this nice little VS code as far as what the HAX editing experience has been making us. So I'm going to copy that true false question. So I have the HTML, and then we're going to go and make a new code pen over here. So I've been making these little code pens and hit fork on the one I have. And I think they do a really effective job at illustrating part of why this is such a powerful approach. So let's do true false question, enter. All right, so save, so I got a new link. All right, so what you're seeing in these little code pens is single tag, which is then loading its definition off of our content delivery network. Now, using the magic script, which we document at, if I go to cdn.hax.cloud, you'll see that I could copy and paste this, and this little section here is enough to effectively hydrate anything in our universe. I'm trying to be more specific in these demos. So I'm going to paste in true false question, and we'll see that presently it doesn't load, right? Because I'm referencing short answer question. Now, just to go back a second as to what I meant by that with the magic script, if you're not aware, I'm going to copy this little snippet and pasting that snippet into the code pen. It's going to give me the true false question, even though I didn't actually reference true false. So this is why we call it the magic script. It is able to figure out tags that are not defined on the page, match that up with tags that the CDN knows about, and then it dynamically sets up the definition. Now, I said we weren't going to do it that way. We'll do the more specific, the exact one. So this is going to be true hyphen false. All right, and so we've referenced via script type module this exact web component definition, which if I copy and paste this into a browser, you can see, right? It's built on question element. It goes and references a whole bunch of other code. That's the awesome nature of the unbundled modular approach that we're using here. So I've got this code pen. It is a game changer, and it's a game changer because I actually wrote this in HAX using the editor. Then I copied the HTML, and if I reference the definition of that tag, it is liberated of HAX. HAX is a vehicle for a ubiquitous web publishing environment. I should get better at saying that. So now in the ubiquitous web publishing environment, which is a mouthful, I'm going to paste that in there. So we have our CodePen example from the CDN. We've got our source. We've got this saying, hey, install multiple choice. Let's get rid of that paragraph because we don't need that in between. And then the last thing I've been adding to these is a little code snippet in context. So I'm going to write the word code, and you can see we have sample. So putting a code sample in, which unfortunately has a glitch around the source. You see the source is not showing up there. It's a little annoying at the moment, but I'm going to take that code, right, as far as this being a game changer, and let's actually clean up some of these. Really, we just need, I don't need all my other stuff. I want like a very simple example. Cool. So it still works. Good. So let's take that very simple example. We'll save that. And then I'm going to throw it in the page. So that way you could see an example, effectively an example of what you're seeing there. And so I hit save, and there we go. And then I go back to question type, and we have true false question right in line with everything else. Now, I'm no spellamatician, but I'm pretty sure these are not in alphabetical order. So let's go into the Outline Designer and scroll down to where our question types are, and let's change that. So let's see, multiple choice I know is down. Okay, multiple, there we go. We've got short answer, right? I was able to do QRSTUV, right? I was able to do that, just like in grade school. All right, and fill in the blanks is gonna be our first one, but that means true, false. Goes down here, and it's gonna be below tagging. Now you can also drag and drop these. I'm just doing it for these purposes here, but if I wanted to take multiple choice and move it back up, right, I'm able to do that. So just a little more clear to me personally when I do it this way. All right, so now I believe these are in alphabetical order. Let's save. It says, hey, 8 pages are gonna change where they are. And then I'll hit save. Thanks for a minute. And now we're reordered in the hierarchy. We're also reordered in this smart collection right here. And we can go back to true, false question and see that it's all there. So this is how we actually go about writing the documentation. You see, a lot of the hard part is in me explaining it on camera as opposed to actually using the tool. So if you want to learn more about HAX, get started today. If you're a front-end developer and those words mean anything to you, you can go to npm, run this command, npm init @hackstheweb or npx @hackstheweb/hackscms-node.js. Our CLI tool has the Node.js server built into it, so you can run it from there. Or if you want to learn more about the project, jump in our Discord or go to hackstheweb. I almost made it wrong. It's not hackstheweb, it's hacks.psu.edu. You can learn more about the project, what's going on with HAX, how many people are using it, all that fun stuff. Take care.